Hello students, this is the next lecture of MIS. In the previous lecture, we discussed about the characteristics of management information and what are the various applications of MIS. Nowadays, every organization, whether it is small or large, is making use of information system. So we should understand why we are going to use information system, management information system, when we already have the manual method of doing this. So there are certain benefits of manual benefits of computerized system rather than manual system. And then we are going to discuss about the sources of information. This is the comparison between manual and computerized information system. There are two columns has been made, manual and computerized, and the characteristics given in the extreme left most column. So we can see if we talk about speed. In manual system, the speed is slow. And if we talk about the computerized system, the calculations will be fast and we can do automatic calculations. We just need to give instructions to the computer and it will give the output in few minutes, or it's in certain cases it will give in seconds. It will be error free as it is done by the machines. Whereas if manual system, if you do calculations with hand, it will be done with the manual process. So in that case, the chances of error will be more. If we talk about computerized system, easy report generation, we can easily generate report. If we have a list of, for example, if we have a list of students with their marks. So if we want to calculate the average of marks, we need to simply put formula and we will get the average marks of students. Or in the similar way, if we want to find out the number of students who got greater than 80 out of 100. So that will also easy in computerized system, which is very slow process in manual. Now coming to the cost part, manual will be cheaper as if we talk about the computerized system, we need expenses for machines, we need various software programs to do the calculations and to do for various activities. We need to train the professionals so that they can perform that particular task, for maintenance and the extra things like printers, paper, ink, cartridge, if we need to take printout or photostat. In that case, these expenses will be add up and it will increase the cost in case of computerized system. If we talk about backup is difficult in case of manual. Suppose in case of any mishappening or any unfortunate event like fire loss, so in that case the manual data will be lost and we can't restore that data. Whereas in computerized system, suppose in case your hard disk or your system got corrupted, also in that case also you can recover most of your data. In certain cases you will lose, but that too only 5 to 10%. Rest of the data you can recover easily. Then coming to the sources of information, there are two sources of information, formal and informal. Informal also we can divide it into two categories, like internal sources and external sources. Internal sources means which are internal to the organization, that is available within the organization. External means that will be available from outside the organization. For example, if we talk about internal means like computer system, HR, accounts, clients, purchasing, inventory. If we look at these records also, you will get the information. Second, staff records. If you need any information regarding the any employee or any details or a skill set about the employee, that you can get from the organization itself. Annual report, long-term planning records or reports, company reports, business records, like any letter that has been issued during that period, or minutes of meeting. Minutes of meeting means the short notes that had been written about the important point that has been discussed during the entire meeting. So these are internal to the organizations. You need not to contact any external person for this information. That information is with you, but you have to extract information out of it. You have to draw inferences out of it. So this will be internal to your organization. Whereas coming to the external part, it will be available, but outside the organization. This can be in the form of books, surveys, or the government reports. Governments are also performing, giving reports, and after doing the analysis. So like for example, National Horticultural Board is giving reviews about the fruits and vegetable sector of the India, and what are the various fruits grown, import, export. Similarly, RBI is giving about the banks, national banks, and private banks, and public sector banks. So there are different organizations. For example, if we talk about the industry, there are many companies which are mainly focusing about this reports. Like if we talk about KPMG and this ENY, they are or Goldman Sachs. These are doing survey on consumers, and they are giving reports to the organization, so that they can predict what kind of product or what kind of services that consumers are looking for, and what are their views about the particular product or services, and they can give the overview of the consumers. The next sources are the sources of information, can be informal sources like human resource development, or you are getting some email through any other organizations, marketing department, colleagues, or the budget, staff memos. These are the sources that are informal sources. Now, if we talk about the types of data, basically there are two types of data, primary and secondary. Primary data means that has been collected directly from the source. This is the original data, means it is not published anywhere. You are the one who are going to collect that data, means that has been directly collected by you from the sources. For example, you are doing a survey on consumer behavior of Pithoragarh students regarding Patanjali products. So here their users will be the students of Pithoragarh. So you are collecting data from the students directly. You are making a questionnaire, survey, whatever it is. If you are collecting data from the literate people who are able to fill the data, that will be your questionnaire. And if you are collecting data from people who are not able to understand the language and they are not able to read and write, you can directly ask questions and you can fill theirs. In that case, that will be the schedule. So whether it is the meaning of with medium of questionnaire or schedule, you are collecting data directly from the source. From, like in the example I gave, like consumer behavior of Pithoragarh students regarding the Patanjali products. उनका क्या behavior है regarding the Patanjali product, क्या उनके views हैं, that will be, you are going to directly collect that data. So आप directly students के पास गए, आपने data collect किया, that will be primary data. Now secondary data, that has been already collected and reports has been generated. Means वो data already collect हो चुका है और उस पे reports बन चुकी हैं. That will be your secondary data. That collection of, see here it written also that in which whatever form you can get the secondary data. So collection of data refers to collecting of data from secondary sources. Secondary sources are like books, that books has been written by someone else, which has been published. Journals, some other researchers have done the research and they have published their research in various journals. Research reports like thesis, dissertation, they have done their PhD and they have written the reports. Online database, someone has written the article regarding any topic and they have given their information. So this is also available in the secondary form. Internet, there are a number of things that has been already written. That has been written means you didn't go to that particular person and collected that data and analyzed. So basically two types of data, primary and secondary. Primary means you yourself collected the data, you are the source for collecting that data, you directly went to the concerned person and collected that data. Secondary data means someone else has collected that data and it got published in the reputed journal or in book or online or in some way it is published. So this is about the types of data. So this is all for today's lecture. In the next lecture, we will be discussing about the rational decision making and what are the various issues related to that. So thank you.